Brady lofts it. Gronkowski. He's got it for the touchdown.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? Welcome back to the Tom Gronkowski Show for episode 24. We're sorry if we missed you guys last week, but Ruth was having a little bit too much fun at that Bucs parade. That things got a little wild out there. I know everybody's been seeing these videos that's been going around viral with Tom Brady having way too much avocado tequila. I must have been joining him. I was the one that caught that Lombardi Trophy, just so you guys know. But welcome back to the Tom Gronkowski Show with Ruth the Truth, and I'm bringing Coach Jay Morgan in just a second. But yeah, episode 24, and guess what? Super Bowl 55 is in the books. The NFL season for the 2021 season is over. Finito, coming to an end. But no worries. We're going to be continuing to bring you great content brought to you by the sports fan-based network, Rhode Island. We have a ton of podcasts on this network. If you don't catch us live, it's all good. Make sure to go to sfbnri.com to catch all the great podcasts. We have MMA podcasts. We have the Tom Gronkowski Show that talks strictly about Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. We have the Political Goat. We have Play Like a Girl that's live on Mondays. We have endless shows going on in this network. So make sure to jump over to the sfbnri.com website to catch great articles as well as all of our podcasts. Make sure to be subscribing to us on YouTube on the Ocean Athletics page as well as the Sports Fan Base Network, Rhode Island. We appreciate you being here for the fans and by the fans. Like I said before, my name is Ruth the Truth. Sorry that we missed you guys last week, but we are back for another live session. Without further ado, I'm going to be bringing my co-host onto the show because, man, have I missed this guy. I feel like I haven't talked to him in weeks, but we're back, Coach Jay. We're back. So sorry that I missed you last week. I indulged a little bit too much in that avocado tequila with Tom Brady last Wednesday, but we are back, my friend. I missed you. How you been? How was your week? And what did you do on Super Bowl Sunday?
If you're feeling like a Buccaneer, go on, raise your flags up. Ladies and fans too, go on, raise your flags up. Hey, Super Bowl, I was eating and yelling.
I was eating
and yelling. I was like, yeah, they killing me at the fourth down over there at the goal line. I'm like, and I was just nervous the whole time about the defense. So seeing the defense actually do something, they showed up. From the first time we've ever started doing this show and throughout the season, and especially at the beginning of the postseason, I've been saying it, and everything that I said, they did.
Came into fruition. You spoke into existence, my friend.
If you run the ball consistently and you can beat people on the road and play defense, you can go far in the playoffs and you could possibly win the Super Bowl. That is exactly what they did. They did all those phases, and look who got another trophy added to his trophy case, along with some newcomers and some familiar faces.
Yo, seventh Lombardi Trophy. Can you believe it? Seventh Lombardi Trophy at 43 years old. Now, a lot of people were on the record to say Tom Brady's washed up. Tom Brady don't have an arm no more. Tom Brady can't do it, Bill Belichick. Tom this, Tom that. And guess what? He proved all them wrong. He let his silence do the talking. He left it all out on the field. And he brought home his seventh Lombardi Trophy. Can you believe it? This man is untouchable. And, I mean, at this point, when it comes to that QB conversation, that GOAT conversation is done. We got to stop with all this and that and the nitpicking. No, it's done. He's on the Mount Rushmore of QBs, and he is there alone, winning his seventh Lombardi Trophy at Super Bowl 55. And not only that, but guess what? My friend, we witnessed history. We witnessed history be made. This was the first time in the 101 NFL season so far, we've only had 55 Super Bowls, but this was the first time a team has played in their home field at the Raymond James Stadium, just 1.6 miles away from Ruth the Truth's place. And I had the opportunity to be there in the Raymond James Stadium, sitting in section 212, row T, seat 1. I got to see it, Coach.
That's cool.
I can't explain to you the excitement that was running through my body that week coming into the Super Bowl. I almost felt like Brady. I'm like, yo, so this is what Brady be feeling before the Super Bowl be coming up. Like, I can't sleep. I'm barely eating. All I'm thinking about is the game. What's going to happen? What's going to unfold? I'm listening to Sports Center and ESPN, and the Vegas is saying that, oh, they're the Kansas City Chiefs are 3.1 favorites, and the Tom Brady and the Buccaneers are underdogs. That's all I've been hearing all week is, oh, the defense is not going to be able to hold up. The defense isn't going to be able to shut down Patrick Mahomes, despite the turf toe, despite the concussion protocol that Patrick Mahomes experienced late in the playoffs. It don't matter. Kansas City is going for a two-peat.
Yeah.
Everybody said it. It was on record, and now everyone is putting their foot in their mouth because Tom Brady did the unthinkable, and he shut down the baby goat. The defense shut down the baby goat, and Tom Brady threw 3 touchdown passes, 2 to Rob Gronkowski. Him and Rob connected 2 times.
Everybody that scored was not a Buccaneer before this season.
Absolutely. And we had Shaquille Barrett be able to put the pressure on Patrick Mahomes and shut down that offense. Tyreek Hill, who? I'm sorry, what? He didn't show up. Kansas City Chiefs weren't there. It's like 9 points. And we're not even talking about 9 points as in like a touchdown and a safety. No. They kept them out of the end zone the whole 3.5-hour game. And the Tampa Bay Bucs won 31-9. Coach, give me your take. Give me your perspective. Let's start with that defense when it came to the Bucs. Give me, okay. Let's start with this question. Obviously, Tom Brady won his 5th Super Bowl MVP. If I'm not mistaken, it was his 5th.
That's his 5th?
5th, correct. If it wasn't given to Tom Brady himself, the GOAT, at 43 years old, winning his 5th Super Bowl MVP, who on the Tampa Bay Bucs would have deserved that MVP trophy? Because, I mean, there's a lot of names that you could throw out there. And I almost want to give it to Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Bucs. I want to give it to him. I wish it was possible to be able to give the MVP trophy to the coach because Todd Bowles got the job done. But, Coach, give me your perspective. Give me your take. Talk to me, my man. Who should have been the MVP for the Tampa Bay Bucs if Brady did not get that MVP trophy? But let me not take away from Brady. Of course, he deserved that trophy, 7th Lombardi Trophy. You came into a new system after being with the same team for 20 years, and you made it happen. Obviously, well-deserving. But who would have been that next runner-up for that MVP trophy in Super Bowl 55?
I would have agreed. I have to agree with you. I would have gave it to Todd Bowles because that defense actually showed up and they showed out. They was having so much fun flying around the ball. I mean, Patrick Mahomes was running for his life the entire game. I mean, I don't understand. It makes me want to ask the offensive line for the Chiefs, like, did y'all at least pinch him? I mean, dang. They ain't want to do nothing. That man was running for his life. And even though he still was running for his life, he's still dangerous because he was running, he throwing the ball, and the ball's going right in people's hands and people dropping it.
Getting hit in the face mask. Tyreek got hit in the face mask.
That's because he's too worried about what he's going to be saying next because he talked too much. I said that episode before the Super Bowl. I said somebody need to shut his mouth, close it, period. He ain't saying nothing now. He's sitting over there boo-hooing, still in the crib right now. Because he know. But the Chiefs, honestly, they were already messed up before they even touched the field. You got the coach's son over here, doing all what is he? He was intoxicated on Adderall, riding down the street, like on the highway. These people are on the side of the highway. He crashed into them. And he's on the highway. They're changing the tire. He crashed into them. Bow. Then all of a sudden, you got a little girl's life on the line. So they was already messed up. And they said that, this ain't the first time he's been in trouble for being intoxicated behind the wheel. So I know, and that's their linebacker coach. And that's the head coach's son, Andy Reid's son. So they was already messed up in their head before they even touched that field. No matter how much you see them on the mic'd up series and all that, when they trying to like, woo, let's go. No, you can see it in their eyes. They wasn't ready and prepared. I can see it in Andy Reid's eyes. Yeah, he wants to win, but at the same time, you can see in his eyes, he really ain't focused, because there was a lot of, I don't understand, like the offense just didn't look like themselves. I'm not taking nothing from the defense, because the defense, we played great. I said it on that Thursday night episode that we did along with the Super Bowl opening game. If it was me, I would say play man, 2-man under, and I would play cover 2. But the only way I'm going to play cover 2 is if I know those 4 guys up front can get there. I'm not going to play no cover 4. That's a victory formation. But they played cover 2 the whole time, kept everything in front of them. They didn't get burned. Everywhere Tyreek Hill went, there was 2 guys surrounding him, and the same thing goes for Kelsey. So I gave the formula. I don't know if this man be secretly watching the show or what, but every formula I've given this man all year has worked. Somebody stop playing. Give me the call. Mahomes wasn't getting no help. He's sitting over there running for his life. I'm glad he at least survived and made it so he can see his child, because his offensive line didn't give him no help at all. I don't know what he did. Other than pleading to them like, y'all, come on. But defense, they showed out. They kept bringing pressure. And when you can bring pressure with 4 guys up front and don't have to blitz, it's great. Bowles, he blitzed, maybe a couple of times, but it was only a little. And he really, it was right there. It was wide open. The offensive line, they wasn't prepared. And then they had a whole new offensive line at the same time, too, because of their incident with COVID. So the Chiefs, they were done when they got on the airplane.
The only touchdown that the Kansas City Chiefs scored when coming to the Bay was when their plane touched down in Tampa Bay.
That's it.
I don't know if you've seen that meme, but it's brilliant and it's on point. Now, Coach Jay and I are going to be taking a quick commercial break to show you Titletown Throwdown. Titletown Tampa is what he should probably call that name, but he be covering all sports going on in the Boston area. So we're going to be taking a quick commercial break, but stick with us, because when we come back, we're going diving right back into that MVP conversation. Here's Titletown Throwdown. Welcome back. That was Titletown Throwdown with Nick LeBlanc every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Make sure to be catching him live on the sfbmri.com or on Oceans Athletic Facebook page. We appreciate you being here for episode 24. It's Ruth the Truth and Coach Jay Morgan. Make sure to be following us on all social media platforms, because we are neck deep in sports networking and what's going on in the sports world. But we're here on the Tom Gronkowski Show, where we follow Tom Brady's move with Rob Gronkowski from the Beantown to the Bay with Sports Fan Base Network, Rhode Island, for the fans and by the fans. Coach Jay, are you thinking that Tom is missing Bill Belichick at all right now?
He don't even know what that is right now. He's still recovering from the avocado tequila. No, he ain't worried about that guy. He proved his point, and he already said he coming back, so he's gonna try to prove another point. And if the man get 8, like you already said earlier, the talk about GOAT quarterbacks, that talk is over with. You can't say nothing. That's like when people try to argue with me about LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan got 6 championship rings, and he did it 2 times back to back to back. I don't want to hear nothing that anybody has to say about that man, LeBron.
And he's 6 for 6. You got to remember, Michael Jordan is 6 for 6, undefeated
Yes,
and the
100%.
NBA championship. So go
100%.
conversation out of the window. Happy birthday to Michael Jordan. He just turned 58
Yay.
today. Happy birthday to the GOAT of the NBA, untouched. LeBron ain't winning 2 more championships.
Even if he does.
Especially with this AD conversation right now, with AD being out with this Achilles injury. Now everybody's already counting him out in the Western Conference Finals. But that's another conversation.
Yeah.
Now, Tom Brady has been on the record to say that he's coming back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers next season, as well as Rob Gronkowski being on the record saying there's no reason why I'm not coming back. Now, obviously, next week we're going to dive deeper into the salary cap situation when it comes to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Unfortunately, that list of free agents is a little long. But Coach Jay, I want to know who is priority when it comes to offense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, we got Antonio Brown, Chris Godwin, and Rob Gronkowski as those 3 elite receivers for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, give me your 3 being the least important. Well, we'll start with number 1. 1 being most important that we got to sign, making sure they're coming back next year. 2 being the second, and then 3rd being, if we lose them, we lose them. If we move on, we'll find another piece. Give me your 1, 2, 3 with Chris Godwin, Rob Gronkowski, and Antonio Brown.
Okay. If it's me, Grunk, you're number 1. AB, dang. AB, you number 2, and Godwin, you number 3.
All right, now Antonio Brown has been signed to a 1-year deal as well as Rob Gronkowski, but Chris Godwin has been with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers since his rookie season and is looking to get paid top receiver money. Now, he's already been on the record to say that, of course, he wants to return back with the Buccaneers, but the Buccaneers has a really thin line when it comes to that salary cap. Now, if Chris Godwin is unable to come to a resolution with the Tampa Bay Bucs and to be unsigned, do you think we could do it with just Rob and Antonio?
No, we need somebody else, but we do have a backup, Godwin's backup. Was it Taylor or something?
Tyler
Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Johnson. He looks like he just needs to prove himself to me, and we can always go to free agents. So no, we don't need to do all that, because I'm sure just like we're getting ready to have a lot of people on free agents, so is them other teams out there, and there's a weapon out there that is waiting to be unleashed. Not to mention, you got a lot. Might be what is Odell doing when he get back?
Yeah, a lot of question marks when it comes to free agency. There are a lot of moving pieces that are going on in the NFL right now. We have an incredible list of an NFL QB carousel. Now, the first big blockbuster moves was the Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford trade between the Rams and the Detroit Lions. Now, that is just kind of setting the standards or setting the bar of what's going to happen with these other QB situations, because the Rams gave up an arm and a leg to get somebody like Matthew Stafford, well-deserved. And as long as Matthew could stay healthy, we'll see how that ends up for the Rams. But this is a Tom Gronkowski show where we focus on Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. Now, Coach, Tom has been on the record to say that he is going to be playing far into his 40s. Now, the TB12 diet has obviously been working out for him. Can you see Tom Brady coming back, not for just next year, because obviously his contract is up at the end of the next season, but can you see him coming back again and again and again? What do you think is the timeline for Tom Brady right now? Because we have not seen him falter or lessen his game. It seems like he's almost getting better. Now, I'm not going to say that he's better than the Tom Brady that we knew in those back-to-back Super Bowls in 03 and 04, but
he's wiser.
This is true. Experience counts. So, Coach Jay, I want to know what your take is on Tom Brady himself and what you think his timeline is going to be in the NFL.
I think his timeline can go as far as as long as he does not get hit. If he does not get hit, because that's the reason why Tom Brady has outlasted all the quarterbacks that got drafted the same time he got drafted, is because he didn't get hit. Like, honestly, a lot of people, if Tom, let's say Peyton Manning had the line that Tom Brady has had over the years, we would probably be talking about Peyton Manning, because that's what everybody when Peyton Manning came out expected anyway. We're supposed to be talking about Peyton Manning, but Tom Brady keep killing Peyton Manning. Why is it? Well, Tom Brady has a defense and he has an offensive line, and he's always had it. And he always has a kicker he can depend on, unlike Vanderjack. But he has a kicker he can depend on. You know, when you got all the pieces to the puzzle, and you don't really have to do that much now. That's why all the seasons that he didn't have nobody, Tom had to do extra, because now he doesn't have just the one person or two people he can depend on. He got to break a sweat now because he got to outthink people now. And really, Tom, I don't see his motor slowing down because can't nobody touch the man. That offensive line, they got a kid on their line that is a rookie. That man, I think he only gave up like maybe 1 or 2 sacks this year, and he's played every single snap. A rookie. He only like 20-some years old, like 22 or something like that, I think.
Tristan Wirfs.
Yeah. And this man, come on now. He ain't let nobody touch the man. As long he protecting his little sister. He's protecting his little sister.
And that is what you've been saying all season, that as long as Tom Brady is untouched, we will continue to have success with that offense. You were right. He was born in 99.
Yeah.
Brady was almost into the NFL when this kid was born. Yeah. 22 years of age, from I believe he's from Iowa, at 6'5", 322 pounds, went to Iowa State. He was a first-round draft pick for the Buccaneers at draft pick 13 overall. Now, he was a beast, and he did what he had to. And I want to say, was it Devion Smith? That everybody had a lot to say about that O-line, and if he could hold on to his own. But I feel like he pulled throughout this season. What is your perspective on those other pieces for that O-line?
Oh, really? The O-line, they really didn't, during postseason, Tom Brady never really got touched. During the Super Bowl, he got hit. I was like, what are we doing? I haven't seen that in a minute. But then I'm like, okay, all right, it's y'all's first, Super Bowl. Y'all, you got nervous jitters. Okay. Even Tom understand, because he got right back up. He's like, all right, cool. So in the huddle, he like, hey, we got that one out the way. Y'all ready to play now? All right, cool. Let's go. Because then there was no more. There was no more at all. Tom Brady sat there in the pocket just chilling. He looked left, right, left, up, down, north, south, east, west, checked in the stands to try to figure out which cardboard was somebody that he knew or something. Tom Brady had all day. He was back there chilling the entire time. They couldn't get no pressure on him. Every time they did get back there, it was too late. Somebody wide open in the middle of the field or over the top. Honey Badger, you're doing too much, man. You need to calm down.
I'm so glad that you brought up that Honey Badger situation. But Coach Jay, we're going to take a quick commercial break before we talk about that Tyrann Mathieu situation between him getting in the face of Tom Brady. Now, we saw some disrespect go down on the field, and we will talk about that when we get back. But this is MMA. We'll be right back. Make sure to be catching that MMA podcast every Thursday night. They are live on the Sports Fanbase Network, Rhode Island, for the fans and by the fans. Now, welcome back to the Tom Gronkowski Show. Coach Jay and I are on episode 22.
24.
Oh, 24. We're on episode 24. My bad. Sorry, Kobe number 24. Welcome back to the Tom Gronkowski Show, brought to you by the Sports Fanbase Network, Rhode Island. Now, we are talking about Super Bowl 55 because Ruth the Truth was having a little bit too much avocado tequila with Tom Brady during that Bucs parade, that Bucs boat parade last Wednesday. So I was out of action and missed the show, but we are back to bring you the Super Bowl 55. Now, Coach Jay, before we went to break, we were talking about Tyrann Mathieu. Honey Badger from LSU, this young kid, I know that he was a big threat when it came to Kansas City in that defense. We thought that he was going to be able to shut down our slot receivers, but it didn't seem like it happened. Now, we had situations on field. We saw Tom Brady himself come out of character, which we don't really see that often. Now, Honey Badger got real mad when they had that, that touchdown pass to Antonio Brown in the end zone, and it seemed like he wasn't ready for it, that he got caught on his heels. Now, we had that situation where Tom Brady himself was chasing Tyrann Mathieu down the field and kind of getting into a little bit of a heated dispute. Now, Mathieu went on the record on Twitter, and he later deleted this tweet. I don't know if you saw that. He posted a tweet that Tom Brady said something to him that he cannot repeat on social media, which kind of makes me feel like you're implying that he might have said something racist to you. I'm not really sure, but
I want to know
about Tom Brady himself right now. And it seems like he deleted that message as soon as he figured out that the GOAT himself was mic'd up throughout that whole game. So that tweet went down really, really fast. Coach Jay, I want to know your take and your perspective on the whole Tyrann Mathieu, Tom Brady situation.
I liked it. Tom, I've never seen.
He's like, I'm here for it. I like the roughness. Get in my face. I'm about to get in yours. I'm about to show you what's up. Oh, you over there in the corner? I'm gonna throw it on that side on purpose just to shut you down.
Yeah. See, the thing, the fact of the matter is, see that defense and the Kansas City Chiefs, they act like a Hollywood team. They act like the old Miami Heat team used to act. When LeBron and Wade and them was over there, everybody Hollywood liked that team. That's how it was. Now everybody Hollywood, they like the Chiefs. The real football people that know real football know, hey, we're going to take Tom Brady on this because we're not stupid. Okay, yeah, that team is good, but they're to entertain people. We're trying to get it done. We're not here to entertain nobody. We're here for a mission. This man is texting people every day. They say every night. He texts all the team and tell them, we will win. The leadership of this man is just unparalleled. The way he takes command, like we've been calling Peyton the general. I think there's a new sheriff in town because right now I'm going to have to put Tom Brady up there as the commissioner, and I'm going to have to put Peyton Manning a little bit like the next one under him because Tom Brady, the way he just takes control and he could change a game just like that. The defense, the way they was holding up for him, Tom Brady he was able to have some more fun. So I like seeing him with some fire in him. If you're gonna sit there and talk trash about me and my team ever since y'all played us in that last game, y'all played us in the regular season, and then now y'all see us again and we creeping up. You've been talking trash, and then now we there with you and you still talking trash. You still living off that win that you did with us in the regular season. I tell everybody, when you get to the playoffs, that's a brand new season. We saw teams that was like 7-9 and all that. That doesn't mean that, hey, they did something right in order to get in there. So that team is very dangerous. Doesn't matter. The way that Tom Brady is playing right now, I don't see anybody else catching up to this man. Because as long as he's not going to get hit, he's going to keep shredding people apart. They can sit there and try to do all this, and this, and switch defenses on the man. You ain't getting to the man because everybody that knows that they got Tom Brady, even if he goes to another team after this year coming up, they know that what they need to have first, a offensive line. He's not going to go to the Colts unless the Colts and them have an offensive line. Shoot, if he goes back to the Patriots, he ain't got to worry about an offensive line because he knows that they know to have an offensive line before he even consider of packing all his summer equipment to go back to the cold. So, hey, any team out there you want Tom Brady, you better have an offensive line because he's not messing with you. If you don't, he wants to keep playing.
And I'm pretty sure that was a big impact on his decision to move to the Bay, was not only having offensive weapons, but having that O-line to protect him, because that's the most important thing. You're getting rid of the ball within 2.5 seconds, so you need that time to block those pass rushers before they come in, and they start blitzing all over the place. So that was the most important thing to see, was to protect the little sister, Tom Brady. Now, the most impressive thing about this is his 10th appearance. This isn't Tom Brady's first rodeo. Yes, he won 7 Lombardi trophies, but he did lose in 3 Super Bowls. So this was his 10th Super Bowl appearance. Now, when it comes to winning rings, it's all about experience. Now, there was a lot of young whippersnappers on the Buccaneers that hadn't even made the playoffs. Like we have someone like Mike Evans, who was drafted by the Buccaneers 7 seasons ago and never even made it for a playoff game. Now, he was able to break through one threshold of making it into the playoffs, then win 3 playoff games against 3 Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, let's say 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks ultimately on that Super Bowl run. Patrick Mahomes, probably going to be Hall of Fame.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers,
Definitely.
defeated him in Lambeau Field.
Yes.
Against the Green Bay Packers, who was the number 1 seed in the NFC. Okay, Hall of Famer. And Drew Brees himself, which will most likely go down in the Hall of Fame at the Mercedes Dome. I think this probably had to be, I want to say, the most impressive. I don't know your take on this, Coach, but this to me was the most impressive run for Tom Brady because he's never been in that situation where he got to go through 3 road games to make it to the Super Bowl. He's always been on the top of the AFC to where he's got that bye week. He's got home field advantage. He could just chill. He's got a 2-week break. He don't got to worry about nothing before the playoffs really come and the teams come to him. Okay? So what was your take? Do you think that this was the most impressive run that we've seen from Tom Brady himself?
This is absolutely the most impressive run. He's had to cut when he was a Patriot. There's a couple times he had to go through, he had to play a couple road games, but ultimately something always happens. And then like the team that's ranked higher, they lose. So then everybody in the AFC be like, oh snap, now we got to go through Foxborough now. Y'all messed up. So he's been in both sides of the coin, but this one is the most impressive because usually he only really had to worry about maybe 1 or 2 guys, and really it was just one in the AFC, and that was Peyton Manning. It was Peyton Manning who had to really worry about. When Peyton left, I can't really name nobody else that'll get this man a run for his money in the AFC. I mean, he beat Patrick Mahomes already. So it ain't like he already beat him. So I'm trying to who can I put with him right now? I mean, Fitzpatrick, cool, but I'm not putting you up there. I mean, let's see.
He beat Phillip Rivers one time in the NFC title game, but I mean that's
the Chargers. And the Chargers, they got lucky to get there. They got lucky because something happened with Peyton and with the Colts. That's all that was. So they weren't supposed to beat. I mean, right now I could say Ben Roethlisberger, but I really don't trust Ben like that. He ain't the old Roethlisberger that I know. So I don't really see nobody. I don't see nobody, in the AFC that could really give him a run for his money. Now he in the NFC now, so he had to go against Drew Brees first, who beat you 2 times already in the regular season. He beat you at your house, and he also beat you at his own house. So he's already proved it doesn't matter. He already can beat you. You came and when it really counted and beat him at his house. So you made it a very even more interesting story to tell the young lads that are going to be coming up later in the future. I mean, then right after that, oh, but wait, kids, he's not done yet. What happened? What happened, Uncle Ricky? This is what happens. So then he goes up north. What? Really? Yes, during the winter when it's cold and you can see icicles right after where Santa left. Really? Yes. He goes up to this place called Lambeau Field, which is also named after the famous coach of the trophy that he is trying to get in the end and accomplish his mission. Really? Yes. What does he do? He goes there and goes up against a fierce, real legit man. Who? MVP type. Uncle Aaron Rodgers, a.k.a. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. But it's a beautiful day. Yes, it was a very beautiful day. You wouldn't believe what happened. What happened? He go there and punk that guy on his own home field. No. Yes. So what does that mean? He goes to the Super Bowl again. What? As the NFC now? Yes. His first year. What's going to happen? He goes up against another guy that could be in the Hall of Fame. Who? Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Oh, I like the Chiefs. Yeah, but they got killed. Was it like 20 29, 31. No, son. It was 31-9. 9? They flew all the way from Kansas City just to kick 3 field goals? Yes, son. They wasted money, time, and fuel. The end. He wins again.
Fairy tale ending. Tom Brady wins his 7th Lombardi Trophy. Cinderella ending for the GOAT himself. Coach Jay, that was absolutely amazing. Thank you for that grandfather story time. That was incredible. I hope everybody enjoyed that. And on that note, we're going to take another quick break. But before we finalize this show, just give us 1 second. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. I don't even know how to come back from that story time. That was so beautiful. Welcome back to episode 24 of the Tom Gronkowski Show. I am your girl, Ruth the Truth, the host with my lovely co-host, the Coach Jay Morgan himself. We're here to bring you some Super Bowl talk because, why not? We're still kind of riding the high that we got to cover the Bucs as close as we have, and Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski journey from the Beantown to the Bay, brought to you by Sports Fan Base Network, Rhode Island, for the fans and by the fans. Now, let me come at you from a fan's perspective real quick. Right. So, this was my first Super Bowl, right? And okay. I'm excited because I'm like, wow, I've never been to a Super Bowl before. And this is like a historic Super Bowl because this is going to be the first time a team's ever played in their backyard. And, oh, look, this is Tom Brady, where this is the first time he's played in the NFC on a new team away from Bill Belichick. All right, let's see what happened. I'm going to stay optimistic. I'm not going to say that this is a blowout. From the very beginning, I thought this was going to be what was my prediction? A 38-34 game. I thought, Kansas City was going to be able to put up some points in the first quarter, like Tyreek Hill is going to throw for over 200 yards in the first half. I was going to say, let this not be a rerun of week 12 of the regular season for the NFL. But, I was not expecting this kind of ending. And let me tell you, there was a lot of Kansas City Chiefs fans in that building, and it got real quiet going into the fourth quarter. We started seeing some exits in the fourth quarter. Ruth the Truth was already on her 7th or 8th avocado tequila shot by the fourth quarter because I was just like, I'm going to just take a shot for every time we get a turnover or anytime we score a touchdown. And lo and behold, I'm like, oh, shoot, I've had a little bit too much to drink. And you know why? Because the Bucs were able to take it to them at the Raymond James Stadium. Coach Jay Morgan, let me tell you, best night of my life, best experience. Don't worry. Next season, we are going to go to the Super Bowl in LA. I'm manifesting it right now. We are going to have media credentials, and we're going to be sidelined at the next Super Bowl next year. Now, let's look far off into the future. All right? We go into another NFL season. Oh, and by the way, congratulations to Roger Goodell and the NFL for being able to accomplish 269 regular post every game, 269, ultimately without no cancellations, without no extreme problems. Yeah, we had COVID issues where we had to reschedule and this and that, but 269 games during a pandemic. Thank you, Roger Goodell, for getting the job done. And thank you for giving us a chance to crown a champion at the end of the season of 2021. Coach Jay, I want to know real quick, looking far into the future right now, who do you say is going to be back for Super Bowl 56 in the 21-22 season? Let me just get a too early prediction, all right? Let's throw all free agents out the way. Let's not even talk about trades and this and rumor and blah. I want to know from right now, who is on your mind for making a run for the Super Bowl next season?
The Browns versus the Bucs.
The Cleveland Browns, you're suspecting, is going to be able to come out of the AFC next season. All right. You know, everybody remember this. Don't worry. This episode will be recorded on the Sports Fan Base Network, RhodeIsland.com, as well as all YouTube page. So we're going to be able to circle this back. We're going to have our, my predictions.
Hold up. The Bills. My bad. The Bills.
The Bills?
The Bills. Yeah.
Bills
not
and the Bucs.
No, the Bills will be there against the Browns in the AFC Championship game, and the Bills is going to win and go to the Super Bowl. I don't know if they're going to win.
All right. So we're counting Kevin Stefanski and Baker Mayfield out in that AFC Championship game. They will make it to the championship game, but they will not make it to the Holy Super Bowl. I like that. Bills and the Bucs. I think the Bills have a real chance to run it back, and it's such an exciting scene to be able to look and pretty much witness history with the diverse coaching staff that we got going on with the Buccaneers. We have two female coaches on the Buccaneers staff, and we have rings. And they got rings. They got two rings. Super Bowl champs. Two-time Super Bowl champs, okay? Two-time Super Bowl champs for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I just love the diversity on that coaching staff. Now, Brian Leftwich, African-American. Todd Bowles, African-American. Assistant coach for the Bucs, African-American. Coach Jay, how important is that to you to see these men and women be in such a high position on a Super Bowl winning championship team?
It keeps my hope alive that I can get there. Because if they open the doors right there, I just got to get in front of the right person, and then it won't be about just your color or about who it'll just be because, hey, this guy deserves it, and he's showing me right now, and I don't care what he looks like, I don't care what he does, what he likes, what kind of music he likes, how he was growing up, where he came from. I just know that this man can get the job done, and as long as he's doing his job, then we ain't got no problems. And you get treated just fairly as if you was just another person in the building. So when I see stuff like that, it keeps my head up and tells me that, hey, I just got to get around the right person just to show him what time it is.
Absolutely. Bruce Arians, BA, congratulations to you for making it to the Super Bowl, for winning the Super Bowl, for receiving your first Super Bowl ring, but also doing it with the dynamic staff. And there was no diversity when it came to the coaching staff for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So congratulations to that coaching staff and to the Tampa Bay Bucs for winning Super Bowl 55. Now, we also had another history being made when it came to the ladies. Sarah Thomas was the first officiating referee on the female side to be able to officiate a Super Bowl. So, man, just so much history for Super Bowl 55. It is remarkable. Coach Jay, we're going to take another quick commercial break, and then when we come back, I'm going to give you an opportunity to show your X's and O's and show the world what we saw on Super Bowl Sunday, because a lot of people might not remember. There was a lot of avocado tequila going around everywhere. So we're going to give you an opportunity to give you a chance to remind everybody how things went down. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're jumping into X's and O's.
talk to them boys that sat on them benches, man. I was in the game on 4th and inches. Coach, put me in the game on 4th and inches, and I'ma lead them boys at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, I see them boys all behind me winless. I ain't Mario Williams, but I'm not defenseless. Wide receiver catching Hail Marys, I'm Christian. 5 and out, hot route, get switch stick shift. Gone with the quickness, fast and instant. Cornerback safeties, I burn them like incense. On the field, I'm daddy, and the ball is my infant. I don't need so much of pork, but I'm in love with the pigskin. All I really know how to do is win. Super Bowl champ, Disney World, let the kids in. Hall of Fame Wayne, I'm putting my dibs in. Catch me in the game on 4th and inches.
The Empire.
I don't talk.
All right, here we go. Y'all already know that when y'all hear the song, that means it's time for another episode of X's and O's. So we just gonna break it down. You know, we still excited. We still celebrating. We ain't gonna lie. Tampa Bay, you already know how we do. But I'm gonna show y'all exactly how we was able to defeat these Kansas City Chiefs. Really, all we did was just run. We just ran at them and just played straight, simple football with them. We hit them in the mouth. They just didn't know what to do. They've never been tested, I'm guessing. So all we did, we just come around, and we was in a trips formation a couple of times. We just motioned our guy. We'll say that's Gronk, and we just hit him with a lot of misdirection. He comes over here now on the formation, right here by the tackle. That's the offensive lineman. That's the guys that's up here protected. The the Chiefs, all they did, they stayed in their set. They tried, they with Steve, the defensive coordinator, so he's old school with it. He gonna keep that 4-3 going the entire time with him. So he comes, tries to roll, Honey Badger down into the box, tries to keep him back, doesn't work because we're mixing guys up so bad. We got this guy, he's over here, got the attention of 2 guys. Then Gronkowski comes right here on the other side of the formation by himself. So we're hitting formations and just going misdirection. And then we just ran regular stuff at them. Well, either getting shotgun, run it right at them. They were getting punched in the mouth. They act like they couldn't stop it. Passing-wise, we had so many weapons. I mean, they were scared of Mike Evans. Mike Evans running straight. They're grabbing him, pass interference. We had AB. He's go. Boom, boom. He's right there for it. I mean, really all we did was just run. We just ran the ball, control the game, and beat them over the top. Usually the first game they played us, they was beating us over the top. Defense-wise, this is exactly what we did. All we did was what I've been saying. I said that during that week. If it's me and I'm going to run cover 2 or 2-man under, really if I'm going to run that cover 2. If I'm going to run that cover 2, then really I got to make sure that these 4 guys up front is getting there. If these 4 guys up front getting there, then we fine. I can run any coverage I want to because it doesn't matter now. So really all we did was run cover 2 and 2-man under. 2-man under, that is a man concept. That means that now we're going to have everybody in man. He's going to be manned up. He's going to be manned up. He's going to be manned up. And he's going to be manned up. The 2-man under part is the safeties. They're the ones that's picking up the slack. Just like on cover 2, what we did. We sent these guys, let them do their thing up front. We blitz maybe every once in a while. We sent somebody. But really, these 4 guys right here is the ones that set the tone. All we did was just back that guy up. He hit in the zone. He hit in the zone. Then we had our corners over here. They got the flats. Corner over here. He got the flat. We keeping everything in front of us. And then if they had like Kelsey, if Kelsey tried to go somewhere, he was double. He was doubled by 2 guys at all times. Didn't matter where he tried to go. He tried to go somewhere, he going to be double. Boom, boom. That corner knows that he's supposed to go to the width of him. We'll give up this little dinky stuff, let them get the stuff on the flats, and we'll come up to the ball and rally. But if Kelsey was going out, boom, he had 2 guys right there around him. If they had Tyreek, when he was trying to go out by himself, he had 2 guys around him. That safety was lurking over the top, plus the guy that was lined up in front of him. So really, that's all we did was just play more physical. We controlled the game. I mean, we did everything I've been saying all season. went on the road, but really wasn't on the road. We was at home. We played defense, and we ran the ball through the passes when they was right there over the top. I mean, we knew we had to do. We came in. They played like true champions. Let's get ready. Let's wrap it up. We had a little bit of fun. Now it's time to get back to work and try to get another one. Back to you, Ruth.
Thank you, Coach Shay, for another segment of X's and O. We appreciate you bringing all the knowledge on Tom Gronkowski Show. We are in episode 24. Thank you to all the viewers that have been watching us on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Twitch, Periscope, wherever you're at. We appreciate you being here. If you don't catch us live, no worries. Travel to the Sports Fan Base Network, Rhode Island, sfbnri.com. Coach Jay, do you have any final thoughts before we wrap up episode 24? Because your girl is past her bedtime. I got to be up at 6 a.m. I mean, that's nothing compared to you going to work at like 4 a.m. But we got to get on out of here and make sure to be tuning in next week, next Wednesday at 9 p.m. because we're going to be giving you all that free agents talk for the Tampa Bay Bucs. Coach Jay, any final thoughts?
I'm just going to say, hey, it's been a great season. And the people that thought that we was playing around the whole time, we told you. In your face. We told you and we succeeded. Now it's time to get back to work on another one.
All right. Now this offseason shall be interesting. We shall see what happens with offseason training, with preseason, OTAs. We'll be seeing what's happening into the next week because unfortunately we're still in a pandemic. Yeah. So we got to see in these next couple months how things are going to pan out. But look forward to going into the NFL draft coming up shortly in just a few weeks. I think it's like in April?
No, I thought it was in May.
May?
They switch it?
April. I think it is in May. So we'll be keeping an eye on that as well to see what type of moves the Bucs are going to be making. But make sure to tune in next week at 9:00 on Wednesday night for the Sports Fan Base Network, Rhode Island. I am Ruth the Truth, and this is Coach Jay Morgan, and we are out for the night. Thank you for hanging with us. If you don't catch us live, like I said, sfbnri.com. Have a good night, everybody. Go Bucs!
Go Bucs!
Super Bowl champs.